A paycheck can support your life, but when the job ends, the paycheck usually ends with it. A well-built business can be different. It can pay for work today while becoming an asset for tomorrow. That difference is the one reason ownership can change a family's future. It is also why ownership must be approached with clear eyes, because the opportunity belongs to the owner, and so does the risk. In episode 3, we talked about translating military leadership into business behavior. Now we have to ask what that leadership is building. Are you creating another job for yourself? Are you creating a durable company? Are you creating an asset that could eventually operate without depending on every hour of your labor? There is no shame in self-employment. A one-person business can provide meaningful work, flexibility, and income. But if we are going to talk about financial independence and legacy, we need to understand the difference between earning through a business and building value inside one. Think about ownership in 4 dimensions: income, control, equity, and transferability. Income is the money the business can responsibly pay you after it meets its obligation. Revenue is not income. Profit on paper is not always cash in the bank, and cash in the bank may already be committed to payroll, taxes, inventory, debt, repairs, or the next slow month. Control is the ability to make decisions. An owner can choose the customer, the standard, the team, the direction, and the kind of company being built. But control does not mean freedom from consequence. Every decision reaches customers, employees, lenders, suppliers, and family members. Equity is the owner's financial interest in the company after its obligations are considered. If the business becomes stronger, more profitable, and a little less risky, that interest may become more valuable. If the company loses customers, takes on unsustainable debt, or depends on one person for everything, that value can disappear. Transferability is the question many founders ignore. Could someone else understand, operate, finance, and eventually buy this company? It's a good question. If every customer relationship lives in your phone, every process lives in your head, and every important task stops when you stop, you may own a demanding job. You may not yet own a transferable enterprise. This is important, listen to this, because business ownership is often marketed as escape. Escape the boss, escape the schedule, escape the limit on your income. But ownership does not eliminate responsibility. It concentrates it. When sales slow down, the owner still has to face payroll. When equipment fails, the owner still has to decide what gets repaired and how it gets paid for. When a customer is disappointed, the owner's reputation is on the line. When debt carries a personal guarantee, the consequences may reach beyond the business. When the founder invests most of the family's savings into one company, that family may become a little less diversified, not more financially independent. This does not mean ownership is a mistake. It means the word freedom has to include preparation. Freedom without cash discipline can become panic. Control without accountability can become isolation. Growth without systems can become chaos. And ambition without limits can put the mission, the family, and the team at unnecessary risk. So, what makes a business more durable? Start with a value that customers can explain. If customers cannot say why they chose you, the company may be depending on habit, price, or the founder's personality. But simple processes that another trained person can follow. Document how leads are handled, how work is delivered, how quality is checked, how invoices are collected, and how problems are escalated. Keep reliable financial record. A future buyer, lender, or partner cannot value a story. They need evidence. Develop people. A company becomes stronger when knowledge, trust, and decision-making are not trapped in one person. Reduce dangerous concentration. One customer, one supplier, one employee, or one contract should not be able to destroy the company overnight without the owner understanding that risk. And decide what you are building toward. Do you want a stable owner-operated company? A growing employer? A business you can pass to family? A company employees might buy? An asset you may eventually sell? Different goals require different systems. Financial independence does not mean never working again. For many owners, it means having everything greater agency over how they work, what they build, and how they can pass forward. It can mean creating an income source that is not controlled by one employer. It can mean building equity over time. It can mean creating options, but no responsible person can promise that outcome. Businesses fail, markets change, owners burn out, debt becomes expensive, partners disagree, health and family needs change the plan. The point is not that ownership guarantees independence. The point is that disciplined ownership can create a form of agency and transferable value that employment alone usually does not provide. Ownership is not one single path. You can start a company from zero. You can buy an existing business. You can center a franchise, join a partner, or begin part-time while protecting employment income. Each choice changes the risk. A startup may require less purchase capital, but it begins without customers, operation history, or tested systems. An acquisition may bring customers and cash flow, but it can also bring hidden liabilities, weak records, key person dependence, and a price the business cannot support. A franchise may provide a model and brand, but it also brings less fees, rules, and less control. A partnership can combine strengths and resources, but unclear authority or misaligned expectations can damage both the company and the relationship. Beginning part-time may reduce financial pressure, but it can limit time, energy, and speed. The right path is not the one that sounds most impressive. It's the one whose customers, logic, capital, requirements, operating demand, and downside fits your actual circumstances. That is why ownership decisions should be compared, not romanticized. The deeper veteran business foundations material walks through those paths and the financial questions behind them. This episode is the principle. Ownership can change the future only when the structure fits the mission and the owner understands the obligation. Before you can call business ownership your path to freedom, answer 5 questions. What customers will produce the cash? What obligations must be paid before I pay myself? What personal resources am I willing and not willing to risk? What would make this company less dependent on me over time? And what does my success mean for my family, not only for my ego? Write the answers down, then review them with people qualified to challenge you. Remember, qualified to challenge you. An accountant, attorney, lender, counselor, experienced owners, and the family members who will live with the decision. Education can help you ask better questions. It cannot make the risks simply disappear. Ownership changes the future because ownership can create more than income. It can create control. It can create equity. It can create a company that serves people after the founder steps away. But ownership is not a motivational poster. It is responsibility measured in customers served, promises kept, money managed, people developed, and risks understood. In the next episode, we are going to widen the circle. Veteran entrepreneurs cannot become a closed club that makes non-veterans feel like outsiders. Customers, employees, mentors, educators, lenders, partners, and communities all have a place in this mission. So subscribe to VestVet Debrief and continue with us. Do not chase ownership because somebody promised you freedom. Build ownership that earns it. So subscribe today, and we look forward to seeing you in more episodes.